to dig the colorful names we say.
And
We're back.
we're back.
With another episode of
Well,
That's Your Opinion, Man. I
All
almost went southern there.
You almost went
southern. I didn't do it. It's just a natural in my voice track there.
Yep, too natural.
Little different episode we got going on here, Christopher.
It's a calm and somber episode.
It's not somber, but it is a very calm. I'm incredibly relaxed right now.
Very relaxed.
Chris, where are we?
Are on
Carmen, San Diego.
Where in the world is this podcast coming from? We are on the mighty Mississippi River.
Mississippi River. If you are a dedicated listener to That's Your Opinion, Man, you may remember the episode where we took the largest pisses you've ever heard on a podcast. It might be honestly, it might be a fucking record, honestly, into this river.
So what we're doing right now,
sending our love to New Orleans.
Yeah. The Gulf of Mexico.
Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah, so right now what we're doing
is ended up in a Corona beer.
Where we're sitting on a dock, facing where we can see a really nice cityscape of Minneapolis, and behind us we have the really cool architecture of the Lowry Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So
Lowry Bridge is really cool because it covers Mississippi and it lights up different colors.
Yeah.
Turns out you can request what colors it is.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
So welcome back, everyone. Thank you very much for
right now the colors are red and yellow, and oh my god, it's on fire! That doesn't lead into so what is happening tonight in this great city of Minneapolis that we live.
Yep. For anyone who doesn't know, we do live in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm. And tonight just so happens to be Saturday, May 30th.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what time it is because
it's past curfew.
We have a curfew today.
8 p.m. is the curfew.
8 p.m. was the curfew.
Yeah.
We're on a private dock, though, so we're technically not breaking curfew.
Sitting on the dock of the river.
You cannot be on public lands, as in roads, sidewalks, so that sort of shit.
Drinking beer, smoking cigars on the river, trying to stay away, trying to stay safe from all the craziness that is happening.
All the fucking insanity. So obviously that is going to be our main topic tonight.
That's the main topic of
if that didn't just really in, I want to keep you around for a little bit.
Did you just fart?
I did not.
Oh.
So we have a boat that's making noises over
here. Well, let's kind of get in real quick.
Chris,
so it's been a while.
Last 2 weeks since we posted last.
It's been a while since we posted.
Because we talked about Corona last time, I think, right?
We've been talking about coronavirus probably for the last couple, It's been kind of crazy.
Why did we stop recording about Corona?
Because you got an STD. How's an STD? Are you over with that?
So Christopher gave me
an STD.
An STD. STI, I think.
Sexually transmitted infection.
Christopher gave your great host.
I contracted the COVID-19.
Novel coronavirus.
The coronavirus.
And who'd you get that to?
I got it from my girlfriend.
From your girlfriend.
And then what happened is we worked together, and I gave it to you. I just for all our listeners, I'm sorry we didn't have sex. We just worked together.
We're very sorry.
I mean, it happens. Yes, we're sex
This
workers.
man licks one butthole and puts my life on watch.
I lick one butthole, and I get everyone's.
The whole fucking world comes to a fucking standstill.
I lick one butthole. Oh god. So, anyways, so we had coronavirus. Both of us did. What ended up happening is, had about like 10 days off of work. I actually
saw that fish.
The fish
just jumped out of the water.
I had coronavirus. Me and my girlfriend, we kind of shacked up with our dogs in a house. Everyone, you got different reports saying like, hey, you still need to social distance, but I lived in an apartment complex, and it's like I'm not going to bring my dog out multiple times a day in my apartment complex.
Well, I mean, you guys had it anyway.
We had it, so it's like, why not? Yeah.
And you got it from her. Yeah. You knew that.
So, her and I shacked up. I mean, the body aches sucked. I was the one actually who had the low-grade fever for a long time.
No, yeah. Well, tell us, just kind of list off what your symptoms were.
The symptoms were restlessness, Body aches. I had low-grade fever. Headaches. That was like kind of the big thing. Was
Yep. For how long though?
Well, see, I had it for a while. I had probably the worst of all of us three.
Yeah, you had it for a while.
Yeah. My girlfriend, she had it for a little bit. She never had a fever throughout. She felt pretty good. I mean, she had a few body aches, but she did return to work before I did. But I mean, I've been sick worse. I've literally had the flu. And
I've been
it's
sick
way
worse.
worse. Way worse.
Yeah. Honestly.
It just sucked because we were there for 2 weeks.
So I would say that the hardest part was the body aches because I was restless as shit. And it's like you don't want to sit down because it's like it's like if you
it's body aches, it's joint aches, like you just can't get comfortable.
Well, no, like you wake up in the middle of the night and your legs are tangled super bad in the blanket and you can't move them.
Oh.
And it's like and you just lay there because you don't want to do anything, and then it builds and builds and builds until you can't handle it anymore, and you gotta get these fucking blankets off.
I think
it feels like that all the time.
For me, it's like I was just constantly tired, just constantly wore out, and it's like I slept,
get more tired.
Dude, I slept for like 11 hours once.
See, I didn't do that. I couldn't sleep.
Dude,
I would go to bed at 2 a.m. and wake up at 6.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I would feel decently okay.
Yeah.
I did have a fever, but I only had a fever for about 2 days. And then after that, I was like, I feel fine.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't think I'm sick. I would just think I'm tired and I slept poorly.
I had a fever for almost, 9 days? Mm-hmm. So.
We were talking like 100 degrees.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, like my...
Not like 103.
Well, my fevers, I always run really hot. So I did get up to 102. But then after that... my temps were at like 100, 101, 99,
like within the
99.
Margin of error of a thermostat almost.
Yep. And so, I got tested. It was super easy. The test, there's no lines. I didn't have to wait. Literally, it was less than 24 hours since I got my test results back. The shitty part was getting a tiny little thing not jammed, but inserted all the way into your nose. Farther than you ever think possible. You don't realize how much of a cavity is back there until someone shoves a fucking rod up your goddamn face. Dude, the nurse, or the doctor, she's like, all right, I'm just letting you know it's going to be very uncomfortable. I have to insert it all the way back into your nasal cavity, and then we have to twist it for 10 seconds. And I'm like, fuck. It was the most uncomfortable. And I would say probably for the rest of the day, I could feel that kind of pain in the back of my head.
I felt where she touched the whole time. Yeah. It's a place in my head I've never felt before.
Right now, I can feel it. It's like
it's a place. There. It's a place in your head. Like it's not behind your eyeball. It's a little lower than that.
Yeah. Yep.
It was weird.
Yeah. So, did that, and like after everything's said and done, I mean, my opinion hasn't changed. I'll be honest, like, I've gotten sick worse. I'm 36. I'm a decently, healthy human. I feel like any normal person is going to be totally fine.
Yeah, I really do think it's a lot of it as being aged, because your girlfriend wasn't that bad, and she's like 13, right?
Bro, don't ever disrespect her fucking age again.
Yeah.
12. Okay.
You have no idea how hard I worked for this. I spent years.
Is that a shark? Oh, look at that. See that?
Yeah, there's a fish. Yeah,
no, it might be a turtle actually.
Yeah, it might be a turtle. Yeah.
Because he was going back and forth. I'm like, dang. All the bugs are out.
But I do think it's really based on age, because I hardly felt it at all. I think if you progressively get older, you're going to feel it a little more. All the bad stories I've seen have been people from like when they're 30s. They really emotionalize it up. Like, I think you can get it pretty bad in your 30s, but 40s too. It's a lot.
One thing I will say is like, my girlfriend kept saying, babe, I can't smell, I can't taste, I can't smell things. And I'm like, oh, that sucks. All of a sudden, like, I bought her a really fragrant hand soap. It's amazing, right?
Yep.
It's really, really nice. Super great. All of a sudden, I'm washing my hands, and all of a sudden, I'm like, holy fuck, I can't smell anything.
Yeah.
I put my hands to my nose, I'm like, holy fuck, I can't smell anything. And I'm like, oh, dude, it's the oddest feeling not being able to smell.
You called me, and you're like, dude, I can't smell. And I'm like, and I already knew I had it by then.
Yep,
oh, no,
yep.
I didn't. I had a test come back negative.
Yep.
So my first test came back negative.
Yeah.
And
you tested
called
early,
me.
that's why.
I tested early, yep. Because you had it. I was like, well, I'm going to go get a test. You were like, dude, I can't smell or taste. I was like, man, that fucking sucks, bro.
Yeah.
And you're like, smell something. And I was like, okay, I'll smell something. This is stupid. And I was like, wait a minute, I can't smell my Dawn soap.
Yeah.
And I'm like, maybe it's just, like, I was a smoker. I was like, maybe it's just because I've been smoking.
Yep.
And I go and get my laundry detergent, which I know I can smell.
Yeah.
Could not smell my laundry detergent.
It's the oddest thing.
It's fucking weird. You don't really notice it.
No.
It's just gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone.
It's an odd sensation. One thing I will say is after having it and recovering, I do feel liberated. And I tell everyone, hey, I got it. I'm totally fine. And then everyone responds, every single person, well, you could get it again. And it's like, I want to punch everyone.
Chris, you could.
So dumb. Then what's the point of even... I mean, do you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of even...
You just have less likelihood to.
I have way less likelihood of...
Way less likelihood to.
I've already developed the antibodies to
Because
fight
if you had a high susceptibility again, there would be a lot more people getting it again.
Well,
you would be like, I don't know if I can get it. It'd be like, I can get it.
Here's the issue. The issue, though, is that your body not being able to fight off this virus. Well, if I already fought off the virus, it means I already built up enough antibodies to it to kill it.
Yeah.
So if I got it
Some
again,
people's
I wouldn't die.
systems are weird.
Some people's systems are weird.
But yeah, you're not gonna die. You're not gonna
die. But it's like everyone thinks like if I get it, I'm gonna die. And I think that's a horrible way of looking at it.
It's not the case at all. But that's what they've been told.
But that's what everyone's saying, and it's frustrating.
It's ridiculous, and I would say the one thing that
if my
I'm
grandfather,
happy to
who's
say,
like fucking 70 something, 80,
yeah, that'd be scary and sad. That'd be scary and sad.
I can't go by him.
But the one thing I would say is we've talked a lot in length about Corona and our feelings towards it. And if you listen to our old podcasts and about these restrictions by the government and shit, after having this disease, I can say full stop. I agree with myself still.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Opinion has not changed.
No.
My opinion has not changed.
Still washing my hands.
I'm still washing my hands.
Still washing my hands.
I wear a mask, because even though we've been allowed to return to society, after not leaving my apartment for over fucking 2 weeks, God,
it was a week and a half.
It was a little over a week and a half.
Yeah.
It's my opinion has not changed in any regards to it. It's still all bullshit. It should be your own decision to make whether you want to quarantine yourself or not. That should be your own damn decision.
I just don't. I would
go fuck yourself, governors. That brings us to our next topic.
Yeah. Beers
of the week. Ready?
I'll be honest. I want to try the strawberry one.
Oh my god! So we have a mic. Our mic stand is currently two beers right now.
Yeah. We can put it on one.
No, why don't we just do this one?
Fucking okay.
Let's just do this one.
I already drank mine, so I need another one.
All right. You don't need it.
We're drinking Red Stripe
you have
and
enough.
Cigar. This is all my spit.
Tastes like butthole.
Should I throw this in the river?
No.
Can you do it? Because I can't open it. I can't. I don't have a. You don't have a
arm
lighter.
strength?
No, I don't have anything to do it. You have the flask. Thank you, sir. Oh, thank you.
You don't have the arm strength? It's a twist off.
It's a twist off. Oh god.
Beers of the week. Actually, it's just beer of the week.
Beer of the week.
You didn't try the Molson, damn it.
No.
So this one is coming to you south of the border.
It's Jamaican beer.
Technically, it's south of the border.
Okay, yeah. It's an imported lager beer brewed in Jamaica. It's
Red Stripe.
It's helped white people dance since whenever it was brewed. Since 1928.
1928.
The
Great Depression happened just 2 years after
Jamaica.
this.
Oh.
The Great Depression happened just 2 years or a year after this was made, if that says anything.
So this is a lager.
This is a lager imported from Jamaica. If it makes you feel any better, it is brewed and bottled by Desnoyes and Gerardes Limited, Kingston, Jamaica. Red Stripe Company, White Plains, and then look at this. Questions? Go to HennekenUSA@staff.com.
Yep. It's
So
White Plains, New York.
4 guys.
Yeah.
White Plains, New York, exactly. So every beer is international now. So
Anyways,
so I assume it's authentic to the recipe there.
So
Yep,
we
there
are
go.
going to take a sip and then rate.
Yes. There we go. Did you say rape?
Mm-hmm. Gonna take a sip and then rate.
Why did you bring me out to this river?
This is why.
Mm-hmm.
Let it happen.
This is a good beer. This
It's
is
a great
surprisingly
It's a great lager.
great lager.
Yep. 100%.
When I think of a good lager, I can only think of one beer, and that's Red Stripe.
Whoa.
For good lagers,
Yeah.
I can't name another good lager. Name another good lager.
Yeah. I can't think of any right
Where
now.
I'm like, I want that
Yeah,
lager.
yeah. So
So it's
as
Red
far
Stripe.
as lagers go, I'm gonna say it's a 4.5 out of lagers.
No, just in beers in general. Where's this end up on your list there?
For
Just
me,
beers in general.
solid 3. There's so many other beers better than this. That's all I can say.
I
many
can
beers.
see me buying this over a lot of beers.
Two Hearted, I think, is better than this. Okay.
Depends on what you're doing.
No, that's
If
what
you're
I'm saying. All the
sitting,
beers.
if you're grilling out, boom, this over 2 Hearted any day. You don't want a 2 Hearted when you're grilling. That's too heavy.
You're too heavy.
This is light. This is great. This is a 3.8.
Whoa. I said 3.
That's a big.
Yep.
That's big.
Gotcha.
That's some percent
Okay.
difference.
Okay. So, yep, that's what we're doing. We're drinking Red Stripes
It's
on the river.
sweet, but it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
It's light,
Yeah.
but it's not like water.
The alcohol percentage is 4.7, so it's 5%.
It's not even 5%. Yeah, it's really low alcohol.
5%. That's why it's so
You're not
easy
gonna
going.
get fucking wasted on these.
Oh, yeah, you can.
You have to drink them kind of quick.
All right, so now that we are out of the way, we'll kind of, one of the reasons why we're here is we're kind of away from all the bullshit. There's a lot of stuff
we
happening.
thought, what should we do when there's a mandatory curfew and they're burning down a large part of our city?
Large part of our city, man, everywhere.
There, it's like a fucking war zone. It's
in Minneapolis and St. Paul.
It's mostly Minneapolis.
Yep.
Minneapolis on Lake Street and 31st. And it's surprisingly quiet where we are. I'm not going to tell you where we are because this is the fucking internet. But
we just told everyone in the beginning of the podcast where exactly where we are.
We just said, no, we're just on the Mississippi. We could be anywhere.
We said right behind the Lowry Bridge.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, never mind.
Oh, fuck. So, serious note, whatever. Everything has happened because Minneapolis PD essentially killed George Floyd.
A dumb fuck.
You can see the officer, literally George Floyd struggling, and you can see when he dies, or at least when he has his heart attack.
No, I would say the biggest thing he got from that was the lack of struggle.
Him?
The lack of struggle.
Yeah.
From this man.
Well, he's
and
struggling
he
to
died.
fucking breathe. It's
very
hard to look.
It was
watch. It's very hard to watch.
This dude was laying down, begging, while the officer just sat there.
Yep.
And there was no struggle.
Yep.
He just slowly died,
Yep.
and that was it.
Yep. Yep.
So, no one, if you watch the video, there's no one in this world that can say that it was okay and that it should have happened. Of course not. That is the one universal truth in this incident. And just in this state right now.
Yeah.
In this state of being, that's the one universal, and now we start to fray after.
Now we start to fray because we asked the question, is it because he was black? What was it because,
how to react appropriately to that?
What was it because the officer was racist? Was he, just neglectful? Did he not care? Whatever. And then all of a sudden you all also see there's
how do
other
we
officers.
React to it?
There's other officers involved too that were just around who could definitely see the situation. If you're an officer and you can't understand that situation, you shouldn't be an officer.
Well, I just want to know, why was he sitting on him?
Yeah, I don't
know.
Like, why not put him in the fucking car?
They had him in cuffs. Yeah. Why sit there? What were they waiting for?
So real quick, they have different videos. The first video I saw was that they were getting out of the car. He was already handcuffed, and they sat him against a wall, right? And he was calm, but of course he was, talking, whatever.
He was very much inebriated.
Yeah, you can kind of see.
Yeah.
But then they bring him, so they set him up. He's already in handcuffs. They try
to take him to the car.
They're taking him to the squad car.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, it stops because it was an actual, a business camera that caught it on tape. Then you have other people switching over to where all of a sudden now he's on the ground next to the squad car.
Here's the
something
tough thing.
happened. Something happened.
Exactly.
We
the
don't
most
know.
crucial point is missing from our collective consciousness. We don't know the 30 or so seconds potentially that
what led him to the ground.
Yes.
Yep.
So whatever caused him to go to the ground is of such importance that we don't know.
Well, here's the thing. I would assume that the reason why he's on the ground is because he resisted before he got in.
I think, this is my personal opinion, is the reason he was on the ground was because he was so fucked up on whatever. Because when you can listen to the 911 call and they're like, he's inebriated, they're standing next to their car, they're too fucked up to drive away. Yep. They're too fucked up to leave. They just committed a crime here. They gave us fake bills, and they're too fucked up to
Apparently
leave.
it was like a $20 bill, fake $20 bill.
Fake $20 bill. I heard fake 10, fake 20. I heard it was a fake check.
Yeah. So there was a reason why the cops were called.
And I would say that these police were responding to a person who did not speak English. They were responding to an immigrant trying to help this immigrant, if that helps at all. Oh. Because he did not speak English. He was probably Hispanic.
I talk about the one who made the phone call.
The guys that called the police were definitely not white, and they were definitely immigrants. Yep. So if it says anything, the police department were on the scene in order to help a person of color. Yep. That's what they were there for.
Yep. So then with that being said, there's a piece missing, which isn't the most important, because what's most important is that this man was on the ground, looked like he wasn't even really resisting much. We all see what resisting looks like, dude. We all know what fucking resisting looks like.
If he was resisting, the camera footage from the store across the street would have gotten it.
Yep. He wasn't. He walked in cuffs. They sat him against the wall. He was compliant. Then all of a sudden, all you see the next video is him on the ground getting choked out with a knee on the fucking back of his neck, which I've seen people do, and I've seen other officers do that. When the only time I see that is when they're trying to handcuff someone. He's already in handcuffs.
He was already handcuffed. He had 3 guys on him. Now let's be clear. Floyd is apparently a huge dude.
He's a big dude.
He's apparently a huge dude.
Yep.
But he was completely defenseless. He was not imposing in any way in his current state.
Yep.
This is what I'm thinking happened. So he was so inebriated that he fell when they were taking him to the cop car.
Maybe.
They wanted to control the situation more, so they kept him there, and they had someone come in where they could put him on a stretcher. Because he gets put on a stretcher immediately once they arrive. Once, whatever arrives.
Oh, so you're thinking maybe that he was fucking up and they didn't want to put him in the squad car?
I think they wanted to get him into a different type of vehicle.
So they already
not
called,
squad car.
So basically they already called the ambulance before he even choked him out.
So from what I hear is it wasn't actually an ambulance they put him into. It was some other thing that could carry a stretcher. Oh. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But they waited until someone came in that could put him on a stretcher. He was immediately put on the stretcher. Yeah.
But clearly he was already. Dude, I watched this fucking video. It's so hard to see because you're seeing him struggle, man. You're seeing him struggle, freaking out. He's got white on the corner of his mouth, and he's just like his facial expressions. It's scary.
So here's the thing.
And you see the main guy on his neck, and then you see his quote unquote accomplice, which saw the whole thing. The Asian dude, who's just staring there,
who was trying to he was watching the crowd, making sure no one was around, was going to come up on the guys. And then on one of the main videos, you don't see there's 2 other officers sitting on this man.
Oh, really?
On the other side of the car. There's 3 dudes on this fucking.
Shit.
There's 3 dudes on this guy.
Yeah.
It's a complete overreaction, and you can just tell. There's no way this officer meant to do that. There's no way he meant to kill him?
No. Well, here's
Was
the thing.
he incredibly negligent, and did he not care about him?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was his intention murder?
The intent, no.
No.
But what happened? He died.
He fucked up.
And
he killed him. He killed him.
Yep. And
absolutely.
Absolutely killed him. And now everyone is voicing their frustrations with the system. They're frustrated. Dude, look how gorgeous that view is, dude.
That's why I live here.
It's a clear night, and you can see downtown Minneapolis. I love it.
It's such a sad thing because there's so much crazy fucking shit going on.
On the other side of
burning.
Yeah.
They're burning a beautiful part of the city, and
whole buildings.
It's so quiet where we are. It's so peaceful, and it's a beautiful view of downtown, and it sucks.
Yeah, because right on the other side of that is
people
chaos.
are gonna get fucking shots.
So tonight, and I said it to you earlier. What's so crazy is that it seems like today was the most united of all the people with all the protesting. Very peaceful, awesome. We had a huge turnout. But what's so crazy is like every night there's been no police presence, and they've been terrorizing all of Minneapolis, especially south side of Minneapolis.
It's insane. So they're
hold on, let me finish.
Yep.
And I think what's so crazy is that tonight, now, the city has enough enforcement, and what do they do?
They just had enough.
Well, now they do.
So.
Now they have everyone enough to control. But are people, now that they've already convicted or they've already charged the man with murder, third degree, and manslaughter, now people are still out and gathering, but now there's a larger police presence. Shit's gonna be fucked up tonight. The National Guard.
So
I'm kind of afraid for other
several thousand National Guard members are going to be in the cities here, and even they say U.S. military police might be coming.
Yeah.
If this isn't
they're
calmed down.
Yeah.
No, the military police aren't.
I thought they're already in.
No, Trump did. No. We have to request that. Tim Walz would have to the governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, would have to request that from the president. The president would have to really kind of almost overstep his authority in order to send police here himself. Here's the thing. The governor, on a state level, they don't have a police force. They only have the National Guard.
No, did you hear what happened, though? They brought in, there are, I forget how many, 37 counties that they brought in extra police.
35 counties.
35 counties,
I think,
with extra police force.
Yes, but those are all Minnesotan.
No, yeah, but that's still a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a much larger presence, and I would say so. We've had to bring in these police from outside the city.
There's 3 helicopters.
There's 3 helicopters right now. Yeah. So we've had to bring in police officers from outside the city. They're not used to the kind of situations, the kind of people you see.
So they're scared,
and they are just watching the news. They're coming in with this certain idea, and they're not trained. I mean, we're talking about cops that might have, only be in charge of 2,000 people in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, Minnesota,
I've seen a lot of videos of protesters going up to these people, going up to these officers and saying, "Don't you care, blah, blah," and it's like, dude, these officers, they don't want to be here.
They don't want to be here.
They don't want to be here at all. They
could agree with you.
Yeah, they just can't say, yes, I mean,
of course not.
I would be like, hey, as a cop, I'd be like, hey, man, I understand, but we're just out here, dude.
We are here to protect people generally. Just general people. We're here to protect.
Keep the peace.
Keep the peace.
They're not there to shoot down innocent
They're
people.
not Billy Clubbing motherfuckers.
I don't know,
like it's the 1960s here.
I mean, if you're fucking up, they're going to shoot tear gas at you, man.
So that kind of comes to my story.
Yeah, Andrew, what did your dumbass do?
2 nights ago, I decided to go on, walk my happy ass on down and see what the fuck was happening firsthand here.
Yep, so he wanted to go down. He went down, decided to walk down Lake Street towards all the shit that's happening.
This was Thursday night.
Because the previous night, they looted and set fire to...
Was it Tuesday or Wednesday?
It was Wednesday night.
It was Wednesday night.
No, so Thursday night. I picked you up Thursday night.
Okay. So, Wednesday, they break into Target and they fuck Target up.
They take everything.
And then, I didn't realize how... the moment I learned that this was different than just, you know, several things we've seen here in the past, is when I'm at work and I look up the news on my lunch break and I see that people are still going into Target and taking shit out. That's when I was like, wait a minute, that's still happening? It's been going on for 14 hours now.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yep.
The police completely lost a section of the city
Yeah.
for 48 hours.
So many small businesses, so many things up in flames, broken,
It's
looted.
absolutely insane.
All of the Boost Mobiles, all of the Crickets, all of the T-Mobiles, all of the whatever, like just destroyed, looted.
The automotive places have been really hit hard. Yeah. Target got hit twice. Once Target was hit first, and then for some reason they were targeted in another part of the city, and for some reason they're targeting Targets. I don't know why. It's just bad luck, I guess. They were the first ones hit.
So you go down, you want to just check it out, and what happens, Andrew?
It's complete anarchy. It looks like a new segment from South Africa.
A new segment?
Like watch. It looks like a documentary from South Africa. You know, like Johannesburg. Or fucking, like, I don't know. Like it does not look like America.
Andrew,
in this section of the city.
You got on footage some guy saying,
wait.
"Hey, we need to stop."
No.
Stop
Let me build up to this.
Jesus. Well, we don't have that much time.
We had plenty of time. I got plenty of cigar. So I go down there. And the whole parking lot, and this is like a 1 million square foot parking lot.
Someone pulls a gun.
Huge. Jesus Christ. They're burning a car, and they're taking shit from Target and piling it on top of the car and burning the car.
Crazy.
Fucking insane.
Just crazy.
The sprinkler systems are going off, so everything's flooded. The sprinkler systems have been going off for over a day.
Just water everywhere.
Just water going. And people are still running into Target and coming out. You know they've been in Target because they're fucking soaked and shit.
Yeah.
The saddest thing I saw was I saw so many little kids with their parents in there. Parents going through the glass, grabbing shit, handing it out to their fucking little kids.
So
little kids. I'm talking 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Mommy's going shopping.
Mommy's looting.
Mommy is going shopping, and I'm helping.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to remember.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And they're going to be told that it was justified growing up. Their whole lives are going to think, we're going to have a whole generation of Minnesotans that believe that this was justified. Not even joking.
Yeah.
So, I go there and I look at the police precinct. This was the night of it falling, but it hadn't fallen yet into the protesters, and they were just hucking shit at it. Yeah. And the police are on top of the roof still, and they were shooting tear gas. Tear gas fucking blows, by the way. Yeah. You'll actually, I posted one video, I think it was a tear gas video, on Well, That's Your Opinion Man's Facebook. So you might have seen that already. That was footage that I had taken that night. I felt really bad for the police because you have hundreds of people hucking rocks. They were the auto zone that got burned down. Yeah. They were taking the bricks from the walls in there, smashing them on the road, and hucking them at the fucking cops on the roof of the precinct. Yeah. I felt so bad for the police. I was in that precinct 2 months ago, talking
for rape charges or for selling your body.
I mean, selling my body to the police.
Make money. Gotta make money.
It's a hard life here. No, I was in there. I was like, where do I go to get my purchase to carry? Or not my purchase to carry. To get my handgun purchase. My handgun permit to purchase. In Minnesota, you have to have a permit to purchase a handgun. And he's like, oh, no, man, you got to go downtown. Really nice interaction with the dude.
Yep.
I was like, thanks, man. Talk to you later. You know? I didn't say that, but it was just a genuinely decent, interaction. And I was like, I was in that building not that long ago.
Yeah.
It's fucking weird.
So you go down.
Okay, well, all right, I'll get to the part where Chris wants to talk about. So I go down, and there's a pawn shop on fire. I go through this alleyway. These kids are carrying a whole 12 case of 40s, and they're hucking them at this building. I'm like, if I was 13, this would be great. I'm sure this would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. Go around the back, and there's this dude. He's black, and he's like, this is fucking bullshit. We're better than this. We shouldn't be burning stuff. We should be protesting peacefully.
He's like, dude, these one thing that stood out, he's like, dude, these firefighters are here for us, man.
They're here to protect you.
They're here to protect you.
Yeah.
You know?
And some little a man much smaller than him, I would say,
he was
walks
tiny.
up and
He's
says,
like, "No,
"This
man,
is
this is
good.
fine." Yeah.
We should be doing this."
Yep.
And the other dude walks up on the little dude, saying, "Shut the fuck up, bitch."
He's like, "Shut the fuck up, little bitch."
Bitch.
Yeah.
And this dude can fuck him up.
Yeah.
And I have video of this.
Yep.
I have this
on
man
video.
pulling a gun on this man. So I looked back at the video. I didn't notice this when I was seeing it. When right before the dudes got like face to face, he had his hand already digging.
Yeah.
And I turn around because I'm like, I'm gonna get away from this. This doesn't look good.
Yep.
And I look back and dude's got gun pulled already, pointing at dude.
Pointing at him and like walking towards him.
And I'm like, holy fuck, he's gonna shoot him. Not just him. There's a bunch of firefighters right behind him too.
Yep.
This fucking ignorant asshole wanted his big cock moment.
Yeah.
That was it.
Well, no, he was
endangering so many people at that time.
Yep. There's kids there. There's
fucking kids there. This is the dumbest thing. So I ran around the corner because I'm like, fuck this dude. And I run around the corner and
he's like, no.
on the video, yeah. Like, no. Fuck this. And I ran.
Oh. God. No.
He was such a small dude.
No. He was a tiny dude.
Yeah, I was like, when I was running, because he was only like 10 feet from me.
Yeah.
He was so close to me. I was like, I ran and I stopped looking at him. I was like trying to because the whole crowd started running. A lot of people saw us. I was trying to get around the people, and I stopped looking at him. I remember thinking in my mind, please don't hear a gunshot. Please don't hear a gunshot. Please don't hear a gunshot. And I went around the corner. And everyone stops after. They're like, "Oh, we're safe now. We're around the fucking corner."
I know. That's also. I was like, "You guys are just fine." Like, okay.
We're like, he didn't shoot him.
Yeah.
It's fine.
He could have already shot him. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have already shot him if he did. He's not. He's probably getting the fuck out of there because he just pulled his fucking gun.
What's so stupid, man, is there are so many people with guns. Like I watched so many different videos. I have so many different friends that were down there.
There's a lot of people carrying down there.
Dude,
there's a ton of
crazy.
people carrying down there. It sucks.
You know, just fuck people. So some people are there to say this is fucked up. Right?
I would say
some people are there
reasonable intentions. People are there with reasonable intentions.
They're upset, whatever. And then some people are just there just to fuck shit up.
They're there to be pieces of shit.
Yep.
That's it.
And just because I remember hearing someone saying they can't stop any of us. We can do whatever we want. And I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, shortly after that, like literally not even like a quarter, like I start walking away and I see this woman with her fucking 8-year-old kid. And I just go up and I'm like, ma'am, a guy just pulled a fucking gun. You might want to get your goddamn kid out of here.
Yeah.
I didn't cuss.
Yeah,
I was like, ma'am, you might want to get your kid out of there. And she's like, oh, really? I'm like, ma'am, there's a fucking pawn shop on fire.
I know.
You dumb bitch.
What are you doing?
They have guns in there. Like, fuck. You think they didn't rob the fucking pawn shop before they set it on fire?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
God, you idiot.
Yeah.
Have some fucking intelligence.
Yeah.
So one thing I would say is the area of town that's getting torched right now, and I mean torched, is low income, high minority.
Yep.
I've lived in this city for 8 years. Chris, you've lived there your whole life. When was the last time you were in that area?
What do you mean?
When did you ever stop and go there?
Dude, my favorite fucking taco place is called Pineda Taco. It's right there.
And how many times have you been there in the last 5 years?
Oh, dude, this couple months ago. I go there specifically for there.
Okay, so you go to one restaurant there.
No.
You don't hang out there.
No, I don't.
Are you the only white person there when you're there?
No.
Damn near.
Oh yeah.
Damn near.
Oh yeah.
It is. Yeah. It is not a. It is a very immigrant community.
Yep.
Okay. Lots of businesses. Lots of little restaurants.
Minorities.
Family-owned small businesses. People's
there's a lot of Boost
depend
Mobiles.
on that shit. There's Boost Mobiles and there's shitty Walgreens, but it is a very independent business area. There's a lot of Dollar Trees too, and those have gone up. But this is not an area of town where if you're protesting for, the lives of people of color, this is not where you go to fuck shit up.
I know. Yeah, like you're destroying your own community.
It's like standing up for yourself by punching yourself in the face.
Yeah. Well, and you know, you get so many other, you know, tons of shit on social media. I feel like everyone wants to just go down just to see, a car crash. But also, I see people taking fucking selfies, and it's like, I'm part of this. I'm doing. It's like I hate it. I hate it so much. Like I'm doing this, and it's like.
I mean,
is that called virtue signaling? Is that what that's called? We're like,
no,
I'm doing this.
I suppose
I'm doing this.
I don't know. It's the shitty. It's just shitty.
So.
I would say a lot of people I talked to that were down there weren't happy about it. They were there to watch it. They weren't happy about it.
Yeah.
That dude I was talking to in my video after, I cut it off because I was like, I don't want to record our conversation. But I talked to this dude. He's like, man, yeah, this sucks, man. It makes me sad. I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm sad right now watching this fucking pawn shop burn down. Yep. This shouldn't be happening. No. You know, fuck.
You know, I was talking to Kat, and I'm like, I'm 100% okay with protesting it, and even like, dude, I'm okay with fucking shutting down the fucking highways, the freeways. I'm okay with that.
If it's instead of doing this, it's the lesser of two evils, I would say.
Dude, like, you know, put things on halt. Like, you can halt businesses and all that, you know, like, because we're outraged. Like, this is fucked up, right? Especially when he wasn't charged. Like, that's so fucked up. Like, that's why everyone's like, hey, this guy isn't being charged.
No, I don't. It doesn't. No. It does. No. They did not. They're not fucking this shit up because justice isn't being served. They're fucking shit up because
That's hold on. Originally,
there's an idea.
Originally, that's why people are out protesting, because this man killed this guy and he gets to go home. That's why people. That's why.
But he's been charged. Everything that they could have possibly wanted has happened.
He got charged yesterday.
Yes, and it has not gotten better.
I understand
It's gotten worse.
That's not what I'm talking about.
The charges did not matter. That is different from... I'm disagreeing with you, Chris.
I'm talking about before he got charged.
Sure.
This is what we're talking
There
about.
would have been protests anyways.
No, but listen to me. I'm saying the reason why people have gone up and have been protesting is because this dude wasn't being charged. He got murdered. That's why people are out. No.
I disagree.
Why are people out here then?
People are out here because it was a white dude and a black guy.
No, not now.
That's the only reason why.
No, I disagree.
They say that it was because he wasn't being charged. Yeah. They're never charged. They have to create a case in order for it. If they charge too early before they have the evidence, they run the risk of not being able to get the conviction.
I understand that.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't.
But I'm saying that's why everyone was out before he was even charged. They were saying
that's just what they said.
That's why everyone was out there.
They would if they an hour after that dude died, if they put him in jail, booked him, there still would have been a different. There just would have been a different reason, and the shit still would have happened.
I'm not disputing that.
I know.
So
you were just saying this is what they're saying.
I'm saying this is what everyone. That's the quote unquote. That's the reason why people were out. They're saying this is fucked up.
I agree with that. If you go quote unquote, I'm okay with quote unquote.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
That's fine.
People were out there, but also people are there just to fuck shit up.
So
people are there to, instead of saying here's the biggest issue is that there was a small percentage of people saying George Floyd, say his name, and there's other people saying fuck 12,
which is totally fine, and fuck 12. So okay, here's the thing. In the last 20 years, one of the reactions from one of the newspapers here, the Star Tribune, they released every person that's been killed by police in the last 20 years in the state of Minnesota, okay? And they even gave statistics with it. And funny enough, the first statistic that they had, you could click for white, for black, and whatever.
All the demographics?
Demographics. And they had black, of course, pre-clicked for you. So it was right there for you.
Oh, really?
Right?
Oh,
so if you go on a state scale, white people are about 90% of the population. 89% of the population. Huge percent of the population. Black people, I think, are 6-7%.
Okay.
About?
I thought it was like 12 or like 18 or whatever.
I'll have to look this back
I
up.
thought you were saying like it was like 20%.
No. That's so when it comes to the death statistics, 50% of people 55% of the people that were killed by police were what? Guess.
White.
They were white.
Yeah.
Not the majority.
The majority of people dying by
the majority of people that have been killed by police in the last 20 years have been white.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Now, per capita, that statistic is, meaningless almost because it's 90%,
Yeah.
Black people were what? Take a wild guess. What? How many? The percent of black people killed by police in the last
10%.
10%? Really?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna shock you there. 25. 25%, a quarter.
Yep.
That's a good amount, especially considering the small amount of the population that they make up.
Yep.
Now here's the kicker. Violent crimes. Okay, let's just go with murders. Not people of color. We're talking about specific about African Americans. Murder 50%. It's 50% of the murders in the United States, or the arrested murders, are perpetrated by African Americans.
Yep.
Okay. When you have a very much higher rate of violent crimes, you're going to have more interactions with police, more high stakes interactions with police. Okay. Now, does that justify what happened?
No.
God, no. This was murder.
No.
Should we hold the police accountable? Yes. And here's the thing: there is, from even the state governments on down, they blame racism. But there's no acknowledgement of the potential causality of that.
I'm gonna give you
there's no
scenario.
Holding to account.
I'm gonna give you a scenario of, and this happens in the schools too, is what happens is you're gonna have people who want to be police officers, right? And they're around in Minnesota, right? Well, most of them are gonna be fucking white people, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want that. I want this.
All right.
It might change, but we'll
we can turn
recording.
I can turn it up actually, so don't worry.
So one thing that happens, man, is that since you have such a large population of white people, right? You're gonna have all these white people trying to be cops, but they're all from the fucking suburbs. They're all from rural areas being cops.
Would they have a different attitude towards police in those areas?
Because they don't have that many interactions with people of color, because they're in small towns. That's what makes up most of Minnesota. So what happens then is they're looking for jobs. Well, all the jobs are in the cities.
That's a good point.
And so what happens is they come to the cities when they barely have any interaction, and all they know is fucking statistics, media, and whatever, and so they don't understand
stories from their fucking hometown.
They don't understand the people who that they are coming in contact with, and so they're scared.
Good point, Chris.
They're whatever, you know what I mean.
Point.
And so and this is the same thing with schools. White girls from fucking whatever, guess where they like to go? They like to go into the impoverished public schools.
Yeah, with the teach.
Yep. So they're like, I want to help the pub, I want to help whatever.
And they
minorities.
Get fucked up in that school.
Yeah, and like they don't know, like how can you teach someone if you don't understand the culture? Like how can you enforce? How can you connect with other cultures if you grew up in a fucking small town, man? That's where you get scared. That's where and like that's where it's so fucked up.
But there's such a gulf between common decencies between people.
Wait, what now?
Dude, if we literally cross the river, it's like a different country.
Someone right over here, north?
Literally, so we're sitting on the Mississippi.
Yep.
On our left side here is a very nice,
very yuppie white
I wouldn't say yuppie, but very trendy,
fine.
very hipsterous.
When I say yuppie, I mean hipster.
Hipster. It's very hipster. It's very safe.
Yeah, safe for way much safe. Yeah.
A house to my left here, 300 feet to my left, costs $250,000, and it's not that nice of a house.
Couple $100,000. You go over here, it's like
a house to my right that's 1,000 yards away because we're on the side of the river. 1,000 yards away is $100,000 for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Yeah.
2-story.
Yeah. Well,
if that shows the difference between neighborhoods just separated by this river and a single bridge.
Yep.
That is the difference between cultures right now in this city.
My biggest issue is, I'll be honest, is just the fact that I was talking about. You get cops looking for jobs, like new cadets looking for jobs.
Sure.
The jobs that are available are St. Paul, Minneapolis, the ones that are really needing it. And what happens is I don't interact with other people, and I get scared. I'm just pretending to be them. You know what I mean? And it's like they don't know how, and that's it's like that's where shit gets fucked up.
I would say it's a lack of training. My issue is the people to my right, on the right side of the river, blaming the people to my left, on the left side of the river. That's what I don't like.
Here's and this is my point, is when you get someone on the left over here, and all their interaction is mostly white, and most of the interaction is negative with a different, someone of color or whatever, right?
Yep.
You're gonna have a disconnect. So either you have to they have to learn. I don't know, how do you teach culture to someone?
It's your parents. It's your parents. But the thing is, if it says anything, the people on the left side of my river also blame themselves for it.
Oh, yeah.
They also blame themselves. That's how they see this in Minneapolis.
Well, when you're a cop, you no, they don't.
Well, no, it's just that's just how they look at race. I think in general here, there's a lot of white guilt in the cities, which you can see if you watch the Minneapolis mayor, who is a pussy. It's just apologizing. We're very sorry about everything that's occurring. Please stop burning buildings.
You know what I mean?
No, you say stop burning these buildings now. You're fucking your own communities up. Why is there no decent call towards common sense, human decency?
Yeah.
Why is there's no human decency, and there's no one standing up for human decency? Actually, I would like to get off that topic and actually talk about the human decency I saw today.
I just want to say this real quick. There's a person who I'm kind of friends with, more acquaintances, but like she posts on social media, Facebook. She says that I'm a privileged white woman. I should have no say in the matter. Yes. And I'm like, what?
Let's uplift these voices we're hearing.
She's like, no,
hold them.
She's like, I shouldn't have a voice. Let's just listen to everyone, other people of color. And I'm like, what? No,
you can have your damn
opinion in this, man.
See, this is the thing: is when one thing I've noticed in Minnesota is that, especially white people, have been so conditioned to think of black people as being separate, so different that when they look at them, they don't think there's no way I can possibly identify with this person.
Yeah.
And that in itself,
like setting up a disconnect. It's
exactly.
Like, no.
That in itself is creating a barrier between us all.
Dude, one thing. Hold on. People of color are saying, "Hey, we want to be equals."
Yeah,
we want to be equals.
Yeah,
we want to be.
We would hold them to the same account if they were equals.
We want to be the same. We want to be equals. We want the same rights. We want the same whatever. No prejudice. But then all of a sudden, when you hear white people saying, "Oh no, they're this. They're impoverished. They're." It's like you're just. You're
exacerbating.
It's like, no, that doesn't help us come together.
But the thing is, it doesn't register in your brain the same way. Like you see the intention, and the intention changes what they're saying. Mm-hmm. You interpret it differently. It's very emotional based and not logical in any sense. Yeah. I think it's a great time to take a piss in the river.
All right, do it.
All right, we just said now you can listen to me take a piss in the river. Chris, you can keep talking if you want.
No, I'm trying to get the matches.
Don't let my computer fucking go tumbling in.
It's not gonna tumble. There's no way. Do you have?
I don't know where I put them. I want to say they were near my shit. My cigars too.
Blue and white.
Oh yeah, there we go.
There you go, buddy.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Can you hold my hand?
Why is your finger so small?
It's cold out here. No matter how you shake and dance. The last few drops, get on your pants. Yeah. All right. So bringing this back in here.
Yep. Human decency.
So this morning I woke up at a decent time, and
Good for you.
Yeah, I know. I actually left my apartment at 10 a.m., which is pretty fucking good on a Saturday for me.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like normally I'm like, fuck,
What time
I don't
did you go to
care.
bed on Friday
I went to bed at like 1 a.m.
Okay.
1, because we were gaming until.
So were you guys?
Yeah, we gamed until midnight, and I was like, Eric, sorry, I gotta go to sleep. So. But I didn't go to sleep. I sat up watching fucking Unicorn Riot. If you want to watch the Minneapolis protests from a fucking commie perspective, watch Unicorn Riot. I hate his opinions, but I would say they do a good job of recording stuff.
Yeah.
It's a great way to get...
all day.
They record all day, and it's a live stream, and it's pretty good. You can get a good sense of what's going on all the time. It keeps you informed, I think, which is pretty good.
Yep.
But so I woke up I left at 10, and I biked to your apartment.
Oh, okay.
I went downtown.
Yeah.
I went downtown.
I think my area is like a really good middle of the road, or a middle point of everything.
Yeah.
You know.
So I went downtown, and everything's boarded up downtown. We're talking every building is boarded up.
Yeah, I haven't even seen downtown.
All of them.
Yeah.
Downtown really didn't get hit. They're just spray painted.
Yeah.
Nothing's been hit though. It's weird seeing your entire city's downtown fucking boarded up. That's crazy. But I walked through and there was no one downtown.
Yeah.
Nobody. It was a ghost town.
There's
Like, this is
there,
fucking weird.
Yeah.
Well, normally on a Saturday, even during coronavirus time, there's still at least people milling about because the buses are there dropping assholes off.
Yep.
There's no bus service right now. They canceled bus service.
Mm.
So, and then I go from downtown to uptown. Go to uptown and stop by your place, and the coffee shop across your street, windows broken.
Yeah.
Fucking smashed
Bob's
through.
Java.
Bob's Java. Poor Bob should not have ever murdered that dude.
Poor Bob. Yeah.
Poor Bob. And then I continued down to Lake Street, and I went down Lake Street. And once I hit Lake Street and started walking down, I was like one or two people. I'm like, oh, there's a few
east,
people.
Right?
I was heading east down Lake Street from Lyndale.
Yep.
Okay. So, walking down Lyndale towards Lake Street, I was like, I saw a few people, with brooms and shit. I'm like, oh, that's nice. I heard about you on the news. And I keep going down, and I see more people and more people and more people.
Yep.
And I'm really bad at estimating, but I'm going to say, I'm pretty confident in saying thousands.
Okay.
Might have been 1,800.
Okay.
But thousands of people just with gloves, brooms, shovels, clearing the sidewalks. So now I'm heading down Lake Street, and 1,800, thousands of people just cleaning up.
No, there were
sidewalks.
Yep. Yeah.
Going into businesses, sweeping up glass. A lot of it was clearing the sidewalks from like bricks and shit that had spilled out into the street.
Yeah.
And literally, I walk miles today, like 2 miles, and I'm seeing hundreds and hundreds of people just hanging out, bagging up glass, bagging up bricks, and just generally cleaning this area, And I was like, this is incredible because none of these people live in this neighborhood. Yeah. No one lived in that neighborhood.
Well, you don't know that.
I do know that.
Okay, yeah.
Because they were white.
Okay.
This is an immigrant community, and so many liberal white people wanted to come and help. And they came with brooms. They were handing out free water. They had at Midtown Market. They had, I've never seen so much food in my life just free to pick up. It was incredible. And I hate liberals to my core. Okay. But I saw the silver lining for them today. And I felt proud to live in the same city as them.
That's cool.
It was incredible. And that did not make the news. No one showed you that.
No, I mean, I saw it all.
Not to the degree.
Okay, I saw all live video of every, like,
if you
all
watch,
of my friends,
live
like,
video, maybe, yes. But if you watch the news, you did not see the incredible human effort that occurred on Lake Street today to clean it up.
Dude, the first time I watched the
news. To give hope.
The first time I watched the news was at your place before we got here. That's it.
Live streams are better.
I haven't watched the news.
Live streams are better. If you want to know what's going on, watch live streams, watch independent reporters.
Yeah.
There was this lady out. So I was, that video I showed you, I was at this intersection where this 5-story building burnt to a crisp, totally hollowed out.
Yeah.
Across the way, huge building, 5 stories again, burnt out. And Lake Street Liquors is Chicago and Lake Liquors.
Yeah.
Burnt out,
dude.
And there's literally 1,000 people within this intersection.
Yep.
Throwing these buildings back into themselves off of the street, okay? And I look over and there's a CBS reporter standing in front of the one part of this whole area that didn't have anyone cleaning, in front of this big rubble.
Yeah.
Filming. And I'm like, you are only showing this burnt out fucking building.
Yeah.
Ignoring everyone around you. When she cut her tape, I was like, you're showing the people cleaning, right? And she's like, yeah, we're showing people cleaning. I'm like, fuck, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
That.
You wouldn't believe the amount of humanity I saw today.
Yeah.
And it was incredible.
Yep. Yeah.
People care.
Yeah.
They do care.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Don't let them forget that there's a lot of, and I feel really fucking dumb saying this, there's a lot of love out there.
No, there is, yeah.
There is.
Yeah. Yeah, I, it'll get cleaned. We'll, it just, it's fucked up.
You know what I was thinking? I was like, if they weren't doing it, who would do that? No one would do it. No one's going to come clean that up.
No, yeah.
You'd have to wait for the insurance adjusters to come through.
Yep,
it'd be weeks.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
then you'd have this fucking burnt out fucking hole in this in the city.
So, well, guys, hey, what time is it now? It's about 10 o'clock now.
10 o'clock?
I'm pretty sure we're going to pack on up. I'm sure it's going to get crazy out there tonight. Tomorrow I plan on trying to go into my neighborhood and clean up around my neighborhood. So
how about this? I'm going to do my best to to edit this in the morning, post it.
Wow.
And if you listen to this during the day, we're going to try to post some videos of the aftermath on Well, That's Your Opinion, Man.
Yeah.
Maybe do a live stream too.
Cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Why not?
Yeah.
We're probably not going to record each other just because we don't want you to know who we are, but
don't look at my face.
But we're going to be out there, and we're not just going to be out there gawking. I do plan on helping clean up because that was pretty fucking inspirational today, honestly.
I'll be honest, I'm purposely not going to fucking do a selfie or any videos of me doing stuff because I think it's just fucking stupid.
I won't do a selfie, but I am going to document this. I'm going to take pictures because this, unfortunately, is history.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be in fucking textbooks, man. 2020 is a hell of a fucking year.
So, real quick, in 2020, you ready for this?
Yep.
I have gone through a broken elbow.
Yep.
Right? I have gotten hit by 2 people and they ran off in my car. Like, literally, I've been involved in 2 hit and runs, dude.
2 hit and runs, driving 2 different cars.
Driving in my
2 different cars.
Someone hit me and ran off in my car.
Yep.
And then
totaled
my car. Then I was in my girlfriend's car. Someone hit me in my girlfriend's car, right?
Spun you around.
Yeah. Lost my license.
I didn't know you were going to say that.
Got fucking...
Why did you lose your license, Chris?
And what's it called?
Do we want to talk about this?
Whatever. No, yeah.
And no. Why did you lose your license then?
Because I didn't have insurance at the time.
So.
No, I don't want to get into the whole thing. No.
Let me make this one little point here.
Okay.
So the first time Chris is driving his own vehicle
to work,
and this dumbass pulls out and hits him. Okay.
He hits me.
And they get out. Chris gets out of his car
just to check on him, like, hey man, and like he fucking starts running away.
He runs. He's like, no, I can't talk. I gotta go, and runs away. Little did you know, Chris. That man didn't have a license probably, and he didn't probably have insurance.
Did not.
Right?
No. Apparently that car didn't have insurance for 20 years.
Fuck. Okay, so here's the thing, Chris. That man ran away for the exact same reasons why you should have ran away from that accident too.
So check this out. So
you didn't have insurance.
I didn't know. I didn't.
Lost your license.
So here's what's so
you
fucked
both
up.
should have ran away.
Listen, I waited. I was talking to the cop, like, yeah, hey, trying to get my insurance up for some reason. I don't know why. I just can't get it up right now. I'm like, I have.
It's not the first time he said that.
Hey, I have to go to work, and he's like, yeah, no problem. Like, is everything okay here?
Yeah, he totally lulled you into it being okay.
And I'm like, hey, I'm just gonna put my car on the side of the road. I'm just moving it. And he's like, okay, yeah, that's awesome. He's like, thank you. I'm like, hey, officer, thank you very much. I have to Uber back to work.
Then what happens?
When I come back, my car was taken.
Who authorized it being taken?
The police.
The guy you talked to. We don't know if it was the guy you talked to.
It was the police officer.
The police who said, go to work, you're fine, put it to the side of the road.
Yep, and then they fucking
took my
fucked
car.
You. Yeah.
They fucked you.
And so what's so crazy is apparently when they do that, they can pull plates. They pulled my plates.
They pulled your plate. You had to get new plates.
I had to get brand new plates, whatever.
Yes.
So anyways, so all that said and done, and then now all of a sudden, so I broke my elbow. 2 hit and runs.
Wait, you go to get your car from the impound lot, and they say you can't drive it. The airbags are gone, and you're like, oh, okay, we're just gonna go over here, and we just fucking left.
And then I had corona.
And then you got coronavirus.
And then I got coronavirus. Like, holy fucking 2020.
You've had a hell of a year.
2020, dude, is like, fuck, man. You know, Marty and Doc, they're never gonna come to 2020.
Oh, okay, yeah. Had to do the meme there.
Yeah, I love it.
Honestly, we were worried about sirens interrupting this podcast, but it's so
eerily quiet,
peaceful and quiet in our neck of the woods.
That chopper's been up there for.
We can see one helicopter right now.
Yeah.
Just one. We saw 3 at one point.
Yeah.
They are apparently assisting fire department and National Guard right now. So it's not just news. It's actually National Guard helicopters.
Out, yeah. So. Well, hey, we're gonna end this podcast. Thank you very much for listening to us. Welcoming into
the curfew
world.
Edition of That's Your Opinion, man.
Yeah, we're breaking curfew right now. We're rebels.
We're rebels.
All right. Well, awesome, guys. Well, you guys have a great time, and thank you very much for listening to us.
Yeah.
Again, this is an episode of
That's Your Opinion, man.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
They're much too big to try to dig the colorful names we say.